Nat, feeling pretty good this morning. That was a special night for you last night.
Yeah, it's good to be on the winners list again. I think the last couple of weeks our form's been a little bit down, but it's good to get some solid performance over 4 quarters.
What about you as an individual? How would you rate that performance last night?
Yeah, well, I got on the scoreboard, which was good. I think with Matthew out, we really need some midfielders to get forward and kick some goals. And I think last week we didn't. The week before we had 11 goal kickers, and that's what we needed last night.
Was it deliberate to roll forward a bit more last time, or did it just pan out that way?
It sort of just panned out that way. I know one of my strengths is my aerial ability, and especially if I get a midfielder who's a little bit shorter than me, I can take them forward and expose them. I'll try and do that.
Nat, do you take a fair bit out of your structures that you're in the 33 inside 50s, but you still win the game?
Yeah, well, it was a stat that I heard last night. It's not ideal. We want our midfielders pumping it in a lot more than that, but to capitalise and to score as many times as we did is a good thing, but we need to get it in more than that.
Accuracy is always important, but when you're getting a few, like only 30 times, to be really sure to kick those goals.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. You've got to kick the goals when you get the opportunities. As I said, going in 33 times is not something that we want to do. We want to go in more than that, and our midfielders need to pump it in a lot more than that, but we'll look at it during the week and see what we did wrong.
How'd you find working back with Sandy after a couple of weeks out?
Yeah, it's good to have him back. Zach's been really holding the fort up for us in there, but to have Zach give us first use is ideal.
Now, you seem quite fresh. I know you spent a few times out with a bit of injury and suspension. Has that been a bonus for you, the way we saw you play last night?
Yeah, I think so. I missed a couple of games earlier in the year, which is probably helping me out later in this year so far. My body's been feeling pretty good. Last year, obviously, missed a big chunk of footy with my shoulder, and I'm just pretty happy to get through the season so far as I have.
You played a little bit of a different role last night. Ross talked about you playing more outside as well as going forward. Was that deliberate for Adelaide, or did that just pan out that way?
It sort of just panned out that way. It was a wet, greasy night, and we had a couple other guys go through the middle, and I sort of moved to a little bit of an outside role, especially Van Burley started coming to me in the second half, and I was able to take him forward and try and expose him there. So it just sort of panned out that way.
Beaten in the clearances again. I'm sure you guys are working hard behind the scenes. Can you put your finger on any reason why it's happening?
Not really. Clearances are a funny one. They got a lot of outside ball last night. They had some really competitive ruck work from Jacobs, which really helped them. But it's something that we've been a little bit up and down with throughout the year, and it's something that we really want to work on and go forward. We need to get some continuity in our midfield group and really rectify the problem we have in there.
What happened at the start of the game?
I was on the bench, so I missed all the scuffles, so yeah, I was on the pine.
Boys didn't say what started it off?
No, I think it's just the crossing paths, as usually happens in footy games.
So at least you won't be out of pocket. A few of the others might be.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for them. I think the club will help them out, hopefully.
You don't have a system where everyone puts in if people get fined?
No, I ran into the umpire a couple of years ago, and I had to fork out the whole ground there. So no, I think the club hopefully will look after us there.
You're confident you can match it with the top few sides with Hawthorn, Western lost on Friday night, with Geelong as well?
Well, we need to. They're quality opposition, and we don't get an opportunity to play them throughout the rest of the year, but they're the benchmark, and that's what we aim to be.
And what about Carlton? They loom as a big test next week.
Yeah, they're a quality side. Doesn't get any easier for us. So we'll go over to Adelaide, and we haven't played too many games in Melbourne this year, but we'll go over there and come up against a side that's playing some good footy. They had a good win yesterday, so we'll do our study on them this week.
Heard from Ballard, is he right to go up this week?
Hopefully, yeah. We really need some more goal kickers down the forward line, so yeah, hopefully he gets up.
What's he like when he's not playing?
He's hard to live with, yeah. No, he wants to be out there.